I have to say, guys, it's almost impressive how HBO likes to dick themselves out of money. Now, full disclosure, I'm not a Game of Thrones fan. I haven't watched the series, and I'm not saying I don't like it, it's just, well, I didn't get into it at the right time, and if I get into it now, my OCD will make me watch all 4 previous seasons first. And while 4 seasons of blood, sex, and dragons is very, very, very tempting, I just don't have the time. But I know a lot of people in Australia do like Game of Thrones. I know this because Australia has continuously been given the #1 spot in the rankings of piracy of Game of Thrones. That's right, Australia holds the record for most people pirating Game of Thrones. It's come to the point where our local provider of Game of Thrones on Foxtel has had to now air Game of Thrones at the exact same time it airs in the States. That is insane. It took us years to get Monday Night Raw live here on Australian pay TV. All Game of Thrones had to do was just download it like crazy. But the big issue is the brand new HBO Now service. HBO Now, which, let's be honest, is 3 years too late. HBO Go was a joke. You could only get it if you had HBO subscribed to on your cable service. Most people didn't want to subscribe to a whole cable package just to get HBO Go. But thankfully, HBO finally got their heads out of their asses, and for $15 a month, you can now get HBO Now. Now, like many services, HBO Now isn't technically available in Australia. We only just got Netflix officially 2 weeks ago. So that was good news for the 3 people who aren't bumming their friends in the States Netflix password. I think I'm borrowing at least 3 people from the States Netflix accounts. 2 friends and an ex-girlfriend. And like a lot of Australians, I use a service called Unblock-us, which has pretty much allowed me to watch Netflix for years here in Australia, even giving me the chance to change my Netflix region. Now, obviously, people are using these services, these VPN and unblocking services, to access HBO Now and subscribing to that service. Now, that would be fine, except HBO have now sent emails to people here in Australia telling them their subscription is going to be terminated because they don't live in the US or one of its territories. HBO. Sorry. Who's to blame in this? Well, I think it's a company I mentioned earlier, Foxtel. See, Foxtel have a very, very, very special deal with HBO. Foxtel, our only cable provider, our only pay TV provider in Australia, has the exclusive rights to the new seasons of Game of Thrones. Basically, no other provider, whether it be iTunes or the Google Play Store, they cannot release the latest season of Game of Thrones until Foxtel finish airing it. And their on-demand online service costs $30 a month. So, you can either go with the VPN, like unblock-us, which is about $5 a month, plus HBO Now, which is $20, or you can go with the Foxtel option, which is $30, and I think you still have to be subscribed to a Foxtel kilo package. So obviously I don't want this. This is not HBO's fault alone. This is Foxtel. Again. But you know what? HBO shouldn't have to deal with this. HBO could just tell Foxtel, look, lower your price. But no. No. Hey, HBO. See this? Do you recognize it? This is a $20 Australian note. Look at it. Look how much more colourful and pretty it is compared to your greenish puke that is the American money. Look at it. Now I would gladly spend this amount every month on your HBO Now service. What's that? You don't want my money? You don't want this? Oh, well, fine. I'll just keep it. And then I'll download Game of Thrones. Do you see the problem? You think this is gonna be okay? What exactly is the fucking issue? Seriously! This goes out to Netflix, Hulu, all those companies. What is the problem with an Aussie watching your shit? What do you fucking lose? How exactly is it our fault that you cannot get your shit together? The reason that Australians cannot use most streaming services is because of copyright law. Well, you know what? That's your fault, not my problem. You can't get your copyrights in order? Well, you know what? That's too fucking bad. Many people would gladly spend money if it's a fair price and offers a reliable service. Companies like HBO and all these other companies are doing everything they can to stop piracy, yet expecting people to use their overpriced, unreliable services. Piracy offers a better solution. If you're offering an overpriced, region-locked service, then fuck you. We're going with the one that offers us freedom of use, and we can use it anywhere. The fact that I'm being made to wait months for movies. The fact that I'm being waiting months and having been forced with these region-locked bullshits on both movies and games. It makes me wonder why this hasn't sunk in yet to many companies. HBO was just the last in a long line of people and companies that just don't give two shits about Australia. And I'm done dealing with this crap. I am done dealing with this bullshit. HBO, you do realize that you just cut yourself off from money. You're a company that decides not to take money. By canceling those subscriptions, you have just doubled your piracy numbers. Congratulations. I have tried for years to figure out what exactly is the big deal with a person on the other side of the world watching a video on YouTube or watching a movie on Netflix. All because our copyright and trademark system is 30 years behind the internet. Media is no longer controllable. Once it's out there, you can't control a release date. You can't control where it goes and when. Once it's out there, it's gonna spread all across the world. Once a movie airs somewhere in the world, within 12 hours, someone on the other side of the planet is going to see it. I am so done with this. I am so done with having to deal with backwards bullshit on so many things that I want to watch, so many things I want to play. I would have bought Fatal Frame 5 and Attack on Titan 3DS 8 months ago if my 3DS and Wii U were region free. But that's another video. Oh god, that's another video. But right now, HBO, Foxtel, seriously, stop it. Fucking stop it. Foxtel, stop charging over ridiculous prices on your online services. Compete! Instead of stomping out piracy, maybe you should offer a better service than piracy. And HBO, let Australians watch your service. And you do realize that people are now just going to not buy your service here in Australia and instead just going to borrow US friends' accounts. I did that when the WWE network first launched. Because it wasn't in Australia at the same time in America, I borrowed US friends' accounts. And once it was launched here in Australia, I bought it myself. Pretty reasonable price, actually, especially for the pay-per-views. People will generally go with the legal route if it's the fair route. There's always going to be a group of people who are just going to want to get something for nothing. That's a fact. There is going to be a group of people who are always going to pirate. They don't care. They don't care about, what other options they are. They might be cheap, or actually no, that's pretty much the only reason. But the majority of us will go the legal route. But only if you don't force us. I'm Enigma, and thank you for watching.